Damn. I got getting toothpick in my mouth, everything. Damn. Man, we here. Man, let me get right. Scorers was good. We back. Last show of the year. Proud to say this is, what's that? Damn. I got getting toothpick in my mouth. Oh, my bad. Damn. I'm on YouTube. Proud to say, man, show 20, last show of the year, man. We getting right. My guy E in the building caught me off guard here. I thought, we had a couple more minutes to set up, but clearly he don't care about that. He's just like, yo, listen. I don't care if you're not ready. We pushing the button. So it is what it is, But they say if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. You heard? All right, E, how you doing, man? How you doing today, man?
Doing good, bro.
Doing good, huh? Another year down? How you feel? How you feel about this year, E?
It was a solid year. Can't complain.
That's good.
Yeah.
You get any goals? Meet any goals? Came short?
I wasn't tracking this year, to be honest.
Oh shit! You know that's a bad year, dog. You ain't tracking your goals. It's gonna be a bad year. My worst years came from when I didn't have too many goals. When I ain't have goals and I wasn't tracking them, that would be my worst years. You know what I mean? And it's easy for that to happen. It's easy for you to come into a year and you got a lot of momentum or you got a lot of at least energy and motivation. And you like, man, I got these big goals. And then once the years start, you realize, damn, December 31st ain't that different, or January the 2nd ain't that different from December 31st. I still got the same issues, same problems. So I say that to say, if you have goals, big goals this year, I'm sure everyone does, I would want you to have started them before this January the 1st. Already start knocking these things out. Because if you build, you got to remember, you building years. Not just a couple of days, a couple of months, because it has to come with habits. It has to come with a level of momentum. You gotta have momentum when it comes to these goals, man. But it is what it is. We're gonna get our guy E right. We're gonna get him back on track, man. I feel like a bad big brother. I'm an old head compared to E, so I gotta make sure we get my guy on track, man. So it's 2026, E. Basketball is looking good. I got a lot of people who think basketball is not looking good. I said this the other day. Let me fix my mic a little bit. I said this the other day where basketball is in a good space. And people are like, oh, it's not in a good space. It's not in a good space. And here's my thing about it, right? It depends on how you look at it. It really depends on how you look at it. If you're a person who fell in love with 90s basketball and you're looking for that same style of basketball, it's not in a good space for you. And I understand that. I completely understand that. But if you're a basketball lover and you understand that basketball has changes and you have to adapt with the changes, then you'll find love in it. You'll adapt to it, right? Like I was raised in the 90s, born in the 80s, and I can honestly say that the game of basketball has changed. But I also love basketball so much, I'm okay with the change. Like, I understand that there is a time there is a time for stuff, right? Like, there was a time for things we did as children, as young men, young women. And then if we get older, we got to look back at those things. We got to be okay, and we got to be okay with that. Can't just live in the same thing forever. I mean, basketball is a very creative sport. There's a sport where 5 guys on the court has an opportunity to have the power in their hand each time. It's creative. You can win a championship based off your point guard's performance. You can win a championship based off your center performance. You can win a championship based off the small forward, shooting guard, and so on. But this day and age, you got to win with a team. You got to win with a team. And you got to understand the creativity behind that. And if you don't, you might think like basketball is in a bad space. I also think basketball is a good space because of the money that's being made. The money that people will allow. Like, you got to look at it like this, right? I use like big three. The big three is a prime example of that. The big three is a prime example. The players who we once liked no longer need to lie dormant after retirement. They just say, you know what? I'm going to go play in the big three. And we can go still watch them play in the games or in their game. If you a player and you probably got a bad break when it comes to going to school, playing in college, or you played in college and you still had an itch to play basketball, and you feel like, yo, anybody check it out with me 101, it's curtains. You got, there's a lane for you. There's a space for you. There's a market for you. If you're a dude who just like talking basketball, right here, grab a mic. If the people like you, you'll build an audience. If you really enjoy talking basketball, you'll do it consistently every week, every day. Build your page, build your audience. People will love it. So my thing is, when it comes to all this stuff, man, when it comes to basketball, I truly believe it is in a great space. I believe it is in a good space. But if you're just a person who want to be entertained by basketball, you only want the 90s, you miss Jordan, you miss Dominique Wilkins, you miss Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Skyhook, you miss all those things, yeah, basketball kind of shitty, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of shitty. But if you play basketball, you like basketball and you enjoy it, and you want to get better, you still want to get better, you still want to get proven, you still want to learn, basketball is amazing right now. Would you agree with me, E? Do you think basketball is amazing right now?
Yeah.
E24, for all the listeners who don't know, E24, man, his birthday coming up. You 23 or 24?
23 right now.
Oh, my bad. I'm aging you. I was like, damn. I was thinking like, damn, he ain't turned 25 that quick. My boy birthday coming up, so he'll be 24. So he's 24 years old, man. He said basketball is amazing. That gets me into another thing, right, E? Speaking of goals, New Year's goals, okay? I'm going to say this, bro. The goal to this year is to build on other platforms. Obviously, we're going to build right here on YouTube, right? Obviously, we're going to build here. We got a healthy audience when it comes to Facebook, Instagram. With those two alone is about 100,000 followers, right? But what I'm noticing with Facebook and Instagram is too cloudy. Cloudy means it's just too many people, too many voices, too many guys think they know basketball, never played. And I'm not saying you have to play basketball at the highest level to comment or anything like that, but some stuff is just silly and goofy that they're sending out. And I'm one of those guys who love basketball. I could argue with you about basketball for days. I come from that era where we sit on a step after playing basketball and we talk all night. People got to call the cops because they want us to go home. I come from that. So our arguments was loud. So I can go back and forth, debate and all that. But some stuff is just silly. Like I had one guy tell me, I posted something about Kobe fans. Some Kobe fans has reached out to me, has debated with me, and I have friends who are diehard Kobe fans. And they debate with me and they say stuff like, Kobe was the leader. Kobe was the leader. Look at this. Look at what he did against Sacramento. Look what he did against Spurs, right? And one of the guys was like, man, you lie on your post. You said Kobe fans said he should have won finals MVP. I said, huh? I said, they said he was the leader. Then he comes back and said, man, you know what I meant, huh? I don't even know you. Like, how am I supposed to know what the heck you meant? You know what I mean? And then, they do a lot of stuff where they tag me on like hate pages and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's cool for those guys that's making their money off that. But that's not where my heart is at. Like, I don't feel compelled to wake up in the morning and be like, oh, look what I found on Jordan. Look what I found back against the Celtics in 1987. I'm not going to do that. For what? I already know Jordan was great no matter what it was. Like, if he would have finished with 2 rings, I would have still thought he was great. It wouldn't have made no difference. So for me, it's just like when I see stuff like that, it's like, man, I don't really want to be associated with the hate, but I still want to build an audience and I still want to have a clear message and build a community. So we do have Patreon. Patreon is for exclusive content, behind the scenes content. And we also talking like life tips and my band EB asked me questions, so I be giving them girl tips. And we talk about stuff that's off the court too, because I'm a little old school. We used to hoop, and then we go sit on the bench, and we talk. Yo, you remember such and such? Hey, yo, man, listen, brother, we need to be doing this with our time. Yo, man, stay away from these guys. I still want to build that type of dialogue with people. I used to play basketball until, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. Then my old heads, we sitting in the office, we talking till like 10 o'clock. Just talking about life, just keeping us out of the streets. And I still think there's a space for that. So our Patreon, we still talking life. And then I'm also gonna start a Discord. I'm gonna start a Discord. We talking basketball. We talking real hoops, and I only want to talk to real hoopers. Everything don't need to be a debate. You right, I'm wrong, and it don't need to be all that. It's just a community of people, and then we finding basketball opportunities for each other. Hey man, I got this reffing job, or hey man, you know anybody looking for a high school coach or whatever the case may be, or this NBA job is open for all my guys, and we just kind of connecting in that way, building something strong. Building a society for scorers. Scorers is the guys with elite mindset. I'm kind of getting away from the garbage in Facebook and Instagram and TikTok comments. Like because I want to connect with guys. I want to show guys love. I want to really talk to them. You know what I mean? But guys is like, yo, you lying and it's like I can't even talk to you. We supposed to be men. We supposed to be men, and you up here building walls and barriers because of basketball. What my boy Kevin Garnett say? Over basketball? Come on, man. We supposed to be better than that. We want to talk basketball. I want to talk basketball, life, money. Get to it. I'm trying to build something. You guys be looking at it like, oh, man, you're lying about Kobe. What am I lying about Kobe for? Kobe was an amazing player. I say top 5 on my list every time. You go to any interview, check it years ago. What am I lying about that for? This young guy, you got to make sense, man. People got to make sense. And then another thing I try to do, right, E? I try to let people know what they watching. You feel me? Like a lot of times people watch basketball and they just think it's like the guns of glory story, where they just come out blazing guns and only one person wins and one person wins by himself. Like, nah, it ain't about that, man. This thing has a formula to it. People have roles to it. You don't think when Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Jordan, any of these guys are having bad shooting nights, but they still keep shooting, you don't think it's somebody on the team that's like, yo, I could be doing better than this. Of course it is. They all played at the highest level possible and played their best. But there's a role involved. There's a formula involved. Hey, man, they ain't here to see you. They here to see me. I'm shooting a shot. And I try to tell people about it has a script to it. Right? And I learned this when I went to, I used to go to UCLA screenwriting school. Screenwriting school, where I took some classes or whatnot. And one of the most shocking things that I've learned in that was every scene in a movie has a conflict. It has a conflict. And the reason why I say it's shocking is because I was like, damn, is that true? So I went home and I watched it, and I watched several movies, several shows, and every scene had conflict. Even if the conflict was so small as in I need a pencil sharpener, but I can't find it. That's a conflict, right? And it made me think, is our brain trained for conflict? Is our brain only trained to see conflict? Like, I can be literally talking to somebody about basketball, like just going back to the Kobe reference, the Kobe post. I said Kobe was the man. I love Kobe. Somebody like, but he still won after Shaq. I know he won after Shaq. That's what make him great. Of course, but you're looking for like the conflict. You're looking for the debate. There's no debate. Kobe had to learn and develop. He developed into a champion, and that's good. That's good for basketball. I wanted to see him. I knew every word from Lil Wayne's tribute song to him. Like, I wanted to see it, but again, going back to it, I try to let people understand that what they're watching it has some level of script to it. You got to know that Magic Johnson, like, think about it. The NBA draft the best player on the worst team. That's a setup for the underdog to become the star. But you got to develop it, right? You got to develop this mega star, and you got to let the other guys drown out. You got to let the Magic Johnsons fall through the wayside, the Isaiah Thomas, so Jordan can be the guy again. Then you got to let Jordan go out. So we got Kobe, these other new players, Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, then D-Wade, LeBron James. We gotta let these guys come in. The thing about that era is it was so many superstars. It was like, what's the you might know this better than me. The Marvel comics. What's the Marvel movie when all the Avengers? Yeah, so the 2000 was like the Avengers. Like, damn, we got Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, we got them all in one. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And it's not to take away from the guys, right? Because their talent is pure. They are really superheroes on the court. That's 1,000%. But how's the kid, for instance, I watched the Lakers game last night. The Lakers game came on at 9 o'clock at night. That means on the East Coast, it was 12 o'clock. So if you are trying to follow Carmelo Anthony and you live in Philly, you're missing all his games. So you got to build these characters up through different avenues, right? Sneaker, shoes, shows, beverage endorsements. You got to build these characters up, right? So I just try to help people understand what they're watching. Like, you know what I mean? I try to make sure they understand it so you can have a good dialogue and have basketball conversations. But people rather spend days and months arguing about stats from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and it's clearly the style of basketball has changed. So it's just one of them things, man. You know, I want to do my part in the basketball community, but I want to build a solid community, a trusted community. And so yeah, that's what we're going after this year, man. Starting 2026, I'm pushing more Patreon stuff. Discord, if you want to talk, debate, whatever we want to do. But you know, I feel like if you debate with me in Discord, it's going to be a guy of some type of knowledge of basketball, not someone who just like, oh, I hate what you said about my favorite player. Let me get you. I got it. Let me tag you in everything that's going on. So yeah, you know, that's where we going, bro. That's where we going, man. This side right here? Oh, this part right here? My fault, man. Y'all can see I'm trying to get this mic right, man. This mic keeps sliding down and shit. Sliding down like mine, man. But you know, man, I also posted this about the era of basketball, right? And I'm I'm an old head, man. I'll be real with you. I'm an old head. So I sometimes try to sort of talk to the guys my age. And they try to talk about like, man, it wasn't what it used to be. I grew up loving it. But listen, man, this is a extra pass era. They making extra passes for the three. There's not a dunk on you era. I remember it was games you just couldn't wait till somebody got dunked on, right? Amari Stoudemire, yeah, that's all you watched it for. All that stuff, Blake Griffin, the Sean Kemps of the world, that's all you watched them for. You just want to see them dunk on someone. Now, you barely get a dunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was watching the other night. I was like, man, they did shooting a lot of threes. But some stuff is just like, I agree to a certain extent. Like some teams do shoot a lot of threes. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? A lot of it has to do with the way they train. Individual training, I think it started like when it was really start popularizing around my era. Like I graduated high school 2003. I didn't have a private trainer who my mother or my mom was paying, but I did have a coach that was like, yo, meet me at the park after school and let's work out. I did have that, and that did help me a lot. That helped me a lot. And I remember when I started getting better from his teaching. The team concept, it didn't go out the window, but I definitely was looking for my shot more often. I definitely was trying to find my shot. And I think that's what's happening in today's game. Everyone has their own private trainers, so they're doing things privately. That doesn't always benefit to the team. And then obviously the private trainer is teaching stuff like step backs. Yo, let's make 100 threes from the corner. So if you make 100 threes from the corner, guess what you're going to do when you get in the game? You're going to try to get the shot in the corner. The moment the ball touches your hand in the corner, you want to shoot that ball in the corner. Why? Because you made 100 threes the night before. So your confidence is riding high. You can't wait to showcase it. So it's just one of them things where the eras has changed. I learned this lesson as well. One day earlier this year, I went to the gym with my girl, and we was at LA Fitness. And I was like, man, I'm going to just go in here and move around with these guys. I ain't have a knee brace on. As y'all know, I tore my ACL about 5 years ago, and I didn't get surgery. So I didn't really want to risk it. But I saw the competition level. They wasn't that good. It was like 5 E's out there, That's all the competition level out there. And I was like, I'm not going to go to the hole or nothing like that. They needed the extra body. And I was like, I'll play. And I remember pushing the ball on a break several times. And they was just kept flaring out to the three-point line. And I'm like, yo, why don't y'all go to the basket? What y'all doing? I'm like, how you just dribbling, you pointing, like, oh. They but going to the three-point line. And I had to realize, bro, like, that's the era we in. They don't even want the layup. Like, they don't even want the layup. And I get it. I get how that can be frustrating for someone who's not really into ball like that. Like, if you was into basketball for entertainment, I understand it. Because it was frustrating for me, and I actually been coaching for all of my adult life. So it was extremely frustrating for me. But I get it. And I think it is. I also think it'll also change as well. Like, basketball changes. It's not going to get to a space where it's only shooting threes. Like, all it takes for a guy like SGA, you know what I mean? Like, SGA is proving that, y'all shooting threes and I average 32 points and I won a championship and finals MVP and MVP. It's only going to be a matter of time before people be like, let's study his game. Let's do what he's doing. That's all it really takes. Like, once people understand that, they always copy a formula. Like, basketball is a copycat sport. Even me as a coach, like, I copy stuff. I watched an interview with, I forget the head coach name, but I am going to shout the school out. The woman's head coach for Grand Canyon. I was watching her interview. Shoot, I like her terminology on defense. I stole that. It's a copycat game. It's only but so much. And then what happens is you kind of put your own twist on things that works for your group. But then right there, you got a whole new culture that you developed. So basketball is different, man. Basketball is definitely a creative sport, an era that's changing. But if you don't love basketball, you ain't gonna like this. We talked about players staying with their team. E, how you feel about that? E, how you feel? Who's your favorite player all the time? I don't think I've ever asked you this. Who's your favorite player all the time?
Kobe or Steph.
You said who?
Kobe or Steph.
What if you gotta give me one player, bro?
Give me Kobe, man.
Kobe. What if Kobe requested a trade? What if Kobe went to the Denver Nuggets?
Nah, go Steph. Go Steph.
Go Steph? All right, what if, fine. What if Steph requested a trade?
I can't be. I mean,
Would you be hurt?
I would be hurt because I'm a Steph fan. Now, if I was a Laker fan and Kobe, let's say Luka requested his trade, then I would be hurt.
So you wouldn't? So would you not like Luka anymore?
Yeah, I'll kind of.
So if Luka said, who a hot team? If Luka said, yo, put me on, y'all want to play with the Spurs.
Yeah.
You be mad?
Yeah. I'll start a hate train.
You start a hate train? What if he said he ain't like JJ Redick, he ain't like the organization of the Lakers? Then what? You still like, nah, you gotta learn to like him. What would you
If
say?
he came out and say he doesn't like the organization and like that, that's like, all right, I'll do respect to go ahead and kill. But if he just requested a trade,
But don't you think that's most times? Like, all right, what if he said they're not paying me enough?
Not paying? What you mean?
What if like the Spurs go, you know what, bro? We got a real bag for you.
But how much more you want to get paid? He's
I don't know. What do you get paid now? For $70 million a year? $60 million a year?
That's what I'm saying.
I got $100 million for you a year.
Bro, that's kind of crazy, bro.
I got $100 million a year. You come right here to the Spurs. You rocking with Wemby, Castle, and we gonna leave Barnes in there with you.
Nah, I can't get behind that.
Wow. You ain't for people having their own choices.
I mean, you leaving for
Money?
yeah, and you already getting a max contract.
All right. So what if you was offered another job, right? And they paid you. I don't know how much you get paid. Let's give you a hypothetical. Let's say your job pays you 6 figures a year, $100,000 a year, right? And then another job, a competitive job, the competitor in your job's field offer you $130 a year. Are you not going to take it?
At that point, it depends on the relationship I have with my current job.
So you'll miss out on $30,000 a year?
What's that? What's an extra $30,000?
An extra $30,000 is what it is.
There's multiple ways I can make up that extra $30,000.
Doing what? They give you $100,000.
Side hustles. I can create a side hustle.
But that's what I'm saying though. Now you create extra work for yourself.
Nah, that's not really. There's other ways I can come up with extra $30,000. If I'm like that's like saying this right here, right? Me and you were doing this work right here. Somebody else offers me more money to go work with them, and I work with you. I'm not going. They offer me extra $30,000 to go work with them. I could just stay working with you and get that extra $30,000.
But that's different though. That's different. Like you actually helping build it. Like you actually doing the editing and everything else. Like you actually seeing everything. They just gave you a job.
That's the same thing though.
It wouldn't be the same thing.
How wouldn't it?
Because ultimately, this type of work, right? Mm-hmm. This type of work has no ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. If you under contract, right, that's a ceiling. You can't go no further than that. You can't do, there is no such thing. Like, yeah, there might be other opportunities they can put in your pocket, but that's just extra work for you, and that makes them look better.
I mean, yes.
That's not the same. And then also too, you would be, that wouldn't make that much sense. If it was this type of job, right? All right, now let's say if the job was based off of, if the NBA was based it off of like performance, yo, we give you bonuses at this performance. We give you this. That might be a little different because that's in your control now. But if you say, look, no matter what you do, no matter how many people you fit in the stands, this is your salary. This is what you get paid. All right, cool, right? But for you in this position, you have no salary. Everything that comes in, the percentage is done. So there'll never be a ceiling. But at a job where there's a salary, that's what you got to look forward to. So that extra $2,500 a month on a $30,000, that don't sound appealing. So if your rent, so let's say your rent was 3 bands. Let's say your rent was 3 bands. That extra $2,500 brings it down to 5. So all the money. So then you got extra bread in your pocket doing less.
But it's at the same time.
But why are you so compelled to be loyal to a company that ain't yours?
Vibes matter. Vibes matter. If the company is showing me good vibes, whatever the case may be, then I'm gonna stay there. But if I go to another company,
I just said he didn't like the vibes.
Who?
Luka.
Oh, he didn't like the vibes. If he doesn't like the vibes, then by all means, go ahead.
All right. So if he liked the vibes, but they offer him more money, he like stay.
You can't, because what you leaving for?
All right. So good question. So what you leaving for? All right. Now let's say let's paint the same scenarios, right? He's been with the Lakers for 7 years. Mm-hmm. The Lakers is not giving him the pieces to win a championship, right? The Spurs come along and say, yo, you can win right now. Mm-hmm. He already did everything he could. He's won everything, every individual accolades, keep falling short. They say you can win right now and we give you extra money. You still say, nah, just wait it out with the Lakers.
That's different because you got 7 years with the Lakers. You spend your time with us. And we're showing you that we're incompetent to put a good team around you.
Okay.
And go ahead. Then as a fan, all right, Luka, go. You did your best. We provide you. You took us to the finals, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and see what you can do somewhere else.
So
I'll still
it's okay to leave as long as he gave the Lakers a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I totally agree with that. I do believe if it's like $30K in year 2, somebody offer you extra $30K, $30 million. $30 million sound crazy. That's what I'm saying. 70 to 30, that's extra $30 million.
That's just excessive in a way. Because you got to think about it.
It ain't excessive. These deals is going to get bigger and bigger every time.
But you're also in LA in a bigger market than San Antonio.
That's just, yes, you are, but I don't think that means a lot for Luka, though. Like, think about it, right? He's not like LeBron came to the Lakers because he wanted that opportunity. Like when he came to the Lakers, I'm gonna talk about this in a second. But when he came to the Lakers, that's when he started doing more movies and more podcasts and all that stuff. That's when all that stuff started happening, right? That's what he came here for. Luka is not in nothing. He's not on podcasts. He's not making no movies. He's not going to be in no movies. He's literally just hooping. So going to the Spurs wouldn't be a bad thing for him.
But but the opportunity is still there for him for all whatever Hollywood investments he wants to get into. The opportunity is still there. He goes to San Antonio,
they ain't gonna stop. I mean, yes, you'll have quicker access. Mm-hmm. One thing I will say, like I had a friend who lived in Dallas, and he was trying to get a job in LA. And I was telling him, like, yo, if you just come to LA, you'll probably get the job quicker because you'll be around the people you need to be around. But he was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. You know, he wanted to use LinkedIn as his way to network. He ended up still coming out here, still doing what he needed to do, but it was 2 years. It was 2 years later, right? Because he was LinkedIn. I was telling him, you could have got this job probably 6 months if you'd just been out here. So here's my thing, right? The reason why I asked this question with you about the loyalty to teams, because a lot of this stuff we talk about when it comes to players about being loyal it really hurts him. Think about Giannis. You can't put Giannis in the same breath as Tim Duncan for some people because he only won one ring. But when you think about the skills and attributes, that's not far off. You can't put Kevin Garnett in the same breath as Tim Duncan because of one ring. But you think about the skills and attributes, that's not too far off. You can't put who else? Dirk Nowitzki in there with those guys because he got one ring, 20 years. But it's not too far off. His skill set not far off. So the reality of it is that basketball, a lot of times basketball is about circumstances and timing, the timing and everything. So these guys had great timing and it worked out for them. That's how it usually goes. You feel me? So when I hear certain stuff about being loyal to teams, I never hear like, when you compare Garnett to Duncan, I never hear, man, he would have won 5 rings if he would have played with the Spurs too. You never hear that. It's always, nope, he got 5 rings. That's it. But Duncan came into a situation with the Hall of Fame center next to him. They was at Twin Towers immediately. And I'm not taking away from Duncan. Like, Duncan was always great. But my thing is, you can't put guys' names next to guys if they didn't have the same circumstances. Like, even like when we debate a Kobe versus LeBron, right? Everyone's like, but he got 5 rings though. Yeah, but let's be real. 3 of them Shaq was the lead guy for, and then he won 2 on his own. LeBron won 4, but he was the leader for all 4. But we can't put LeBron next to Kobe, or is a debate with LeBron and Kobe, because one has 1 more ring than him. But LeBron stayed with the Cleveland Cavaliers 7 years, left, came back, won. But you never hear that part. Like, you never hear that part. Like, oh, he left and then came back and won. So my thing is, when it comes to loyalty to a team, I understand it to a certain degree. Like, yes, 30 million. Like, I don't know if I'm giving up 30 million. I don't know if I'm giving up 30 million.
You making 70 million though.
So?
And that's kind of.
So I'm making 70 million, 30 million.
See, the thing is, it's like this, right? Like, you're a competitor, right? Mm-hmm. You get drafted by, let's say, the Philadelphia 76ers draft you to be their star player at the age of 19, 20. And then they try their best, put pieces around you. It doesn't work out. So you just going to bounce from the team like, nah, y'all tried y'all best. Shit, it didn't work out. I'm out. They offered me 30 million. They're offering me 30 million.
How many years were that with the Sixers?
Let's say 7 years.
Oh, I'm out.
You out?
I'm out.
That's crazy.
I'm out. If somebody offered me a better job, because here's the thing, right?
But there's no guarantee it's gonna work out over there though.
But they offer me more money to at least take a chance. Because here's my thing. All right, here's my thing. Hear me out. At the end of the day, if I'm with the Sixers for 7 years, I won all the accolades, individual accolades I can win. I done been in my All-Stars, my MVPs. I done been the Player of the Week, Player of the Month. I done did all that stuff. People know I'm that guy, right? I don't want my legacy. At that point, I'm playing for legacy now. I'm on my 2nd contract. I'm playing for legacy now. And then I'm also playing the end game. That extra 30 million, that could be stashed. If I live the same way, that could be stashed. Imagine me, we give you extra 30 million for the next 3 years. That's 90 million stash. Or that's 90 million that can give me bigger deals or bigger plays.
See, the thing is about the extra 30 million too, though. You also got to take it under consideration. Another team can't offer you more money unless you're with that team. Like the team that drafts you, they can only offer you a max contract of like 5 years, 200 mil. You go to another team, it could be like 4 years, 150. So they can't offer you more money than your current team. You feel me?
They can't offer you more. Why can't they offer you more?
That's I don't think that's ever been. Isn't that a rule? Like your drafted team can only offer you like a supermax contract. Like because that happened with like De'Aaron Fox or some.
They can only offer you I gotta do some research. But the topic at hand is this. Not to say I don't care, but it goes back to a conversation we had before. We give these players so much slack for not winning, but we never go to the GMs and say, yo, you pick some terrible people. We never talk to them about the GMs, your team, your city's team, GM can be in your local Starbucks every morning, you wouldn't know. Imagine me with my family, we waiting for our black car, and somebody pull up beside me and like, yo, you fucked up my parlay. Yo, how come you ain't win? You know what I mean? Like, so for me, that's a billionaire's game. Stay loyal to the team. That's your game, bro. You made money off me. I don't owe you nothing. I'm out. I don't owe you. Now, I understand. Now, the thing that you might want to talk about is maybe the city showing me love. Maybe the city loves me. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm in LA or Philly or whatever, and the city love me. Everywhere I go, they take care of me. You know, it's good. Even on my bad games, they showing me love. That's different. But the fans aren't like that anymore. No, bro. No, the fans is brutal now.
I mean, nah. The fans are still. You still got fans. Fans always been brutal, but you still got fans who like still are hardcore team supporters. Like
They're hardcore team supporters, right? But I remember when I saw Charles Barkley in Philly, right? Nobody ever came up to Charles Barkley and was like, man, we paid you all that money. You never won us a chip. Nobody never said that. Like, Charles Barkley didn't hear the hate. He heard the hate from small town, he heard the hate from small town people. He didn't, like, the people bought his shoes, the Barkleys. We bought them. So when I see it, it's just more so like a thing of like, you got to do what's best for you. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, again, we playing for legacy at that point. Garnett can't be mentioned with Duncan because of rings. But that's because Garnett stayed with one team for too long. Giannis going to fall in the same thing. Dirk stayed with the Dallas Mavericks for 20 years. Like, now, if you're not playing for legacy, sure. Sure, it don't matter. Right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like a guy like LeBron, I get why he did what he did. He was playing for legacy. On year 8, you telling me I got to pass the ball to Delonte West. You telling me I got to pass the ball to Damian Jones coming off the bench. A Boobie Gibson. My best player is Mo Williams, who's 6'2". Like, what you want me to do? You ain't giving me a 6'7" player who I can develop like a Scottie Pippen. You ain't giving me a dominant person who I can refer to on my days that I'm not having a good game or when they double me. You're not giving me that. And then you ain't show no signs of it. Then there's also no evidence that you would have gave me that. Because when I left, y'all was losing. Because I left, y'all got a number 1 pick. When I came back, we won. When I left again, y'all lost. That goes to everybody across the board. Same thing with KD. It's not like he was wrong. Shit, we could have had James. We could have kept my boy James Harden over here. Y'all ain't want to give him a couple million. He went on to be an MVP and averaged 34 points a season. Or 36, I believe. Then y'all did the same thing to the West. The Russell Westbrook. Y'all got rid of him. He was a fourth. He averaged a triple-double twice for y'all. And an MVP. Got rid of him. Then Paul George averaged 27 points. Y'all got rid of him. Y'all won a championship, but y'all won in 2025, almost 8 years after I left. So at the end of the day, there ain't no guarantee that he would have even won a championship at that point. Then what you gonna say? Kevin Durant, just imagine this. if Kevin Durant don't win 2 championships, you couldn't make a case that he was better than Tracy McGrady. How? How? Tracy McGrady averaged 31 points. The most Kevin Durant averaged was 32 points.
He did it longer.
Okay, he did it longer because he didn't get injured. That was it.
He did it
So
longer.
by default, you can say he better.
Yeah.
Not by legacy and accolades.
You could say play style too, and he got MVP, and he got the scoring champ.
He got MVP.
Oh, he still got more accolades than Tracy McGrady.
He got more accolades. He got more accolades than Tracy McGrady.
Scoring titles?
The scoring titles. Tracy McGrady got scoring titles. Yeah, I think he got 2.
How much?
4.
2 to 4.
All right, but again, you'll be art. But look how we can go back and forth. Now I say, is Tracy McGrady better than Kevin Durant? But you're gonna say no because Kevin Durant got 2 rings. You want to immediately say no.
At that point, depends what
Because ultimately the scoring titles, all that stuff had something to do with injury.
That's fair to say. That is
So
fair to say.
so at the end of the day, you really can't sit and be like, yo, Kevin Durant was better than Tracy McGrady unless he won championships. And that's what he did. Because Tracy McGrady had his opportunity to win championships too. They all gonna have the opportunity to win championships. You gotta look at it like that. Like, they gave Tracy McGrady a 7'5" center. They tried to build around him, but again, he's somebody like James Harden. Just always had bad luck. Don't get me wrong, James Harden didn't perform in some of these playoffs, but when they did try to build around James Harden to build that up, they was like, he would always somebody get injured. Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, hamstring. It always happened that way. But let's move on, man.
For the mic, loosen the small side.
Pull up. Like this?
Push more.
Like this? Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to get, as y'all can see, I've been trying to get this mic right for the last 40 minutes. All right. So we're going into 2026. Who had the best 2025, E? Name the first guard that comes to mind, or first player that comes to mind. No, damn.
I don't got nobody else that comes to mind.
Damn.
'Cause
SGA?
Oh, SGA, my fault.
Jesus.
My fault. SGA.
SGA.
Breakout player of the year.
I think SGA had the best year this year. He won the franchise's first ring. He won his way, shooting from the mid-range, doing his thing. He didn't fall victim to constantly shooting threes. He changed the way people celebrate with their team. You're starting to see other teams, like, at the end of the game, they had a post-game talk, and then they all kind of swarm around and sit and talk with him. You're starting to see that as well. He made the small market team look good, right? Everybody was like, oh, the small market teams, 2 small market teams in the finals, and they ain't gonna get any ratings. And I don't know, maybe that was true, but nonetheless, actually it wasn't true. Actually, he got great ratings. And then you know what though? People don't talk about this. But he did it with great fashion. Like, he'd come to the game and give you 30 and then go back to the post talk and throw on his blouse.
Bro, don't you hate his fashion, bro?
Huh?
Don't you hate his fashion?
I don't hate his fashion. I don't hate somebody else's clothing attire.
But you're not a fan, though.
I'm not a fan. I'm not going to wear it. That's why it's crazy. That's why he had the best year. He going to cook you and then go throw a blouse on. He going to cook you and then go throw a sheer shirt on. He going to cook you and then go throw a spaghetti string tank top on with holes and the nipples hanging out. with a blazer to cover. That's how he coming. My man, what was the joke called? The Met Gala. Every game was the Met Gala for him. He gonna cook you, and then go to the back like it's a runway. So you gotta respect, and of course he got his accolades, man. He led the league in scoring. He led the league in scoring, and he won Finals MVP, obviously MVP, championship. I mean, he put that. He would you say he put OKC on the map? Like no?
He revamped OKC.
He revamped
Yeah, I don't think
OKC.
he
That's the better way of saying it. I agree. So would you get an OKC jersey?
I'll get an SGA jersey. I would get an SGA.
So when you say you'll get an SGA jersey, so not a OKC jersey. So you'll get, if SGA came out with jerseys that was like white and just said SGA on it and got his number on it.
Nah, I can't support.
So
that.
you'll support OKC.
No, I'm supporting SGA on the team that he's on.
So you gonna support that? But who you think get the money?
SGA gets still gets some.
He gets some money,
Yeah.
but he don't get all of it.
Nah.
But if he had his own website and wanted to make his own jersey, he can get all of it.
Nah, bro. Just a blank jersey. SGA.
So let me get this straight. If SGA was, I mean, they couldn't do this contractually, but if SGA has his own clothing line and said, "Listen, y'all get my jerseys," you be like, "Nah, it don't got OKC on it. I ain't copping that."
It's not even an OKC. Like, I'll get a throwback SGA Clippers jersey. I just want a team.
Yo, why y'all be
jersey.
so in love with these teams?
It's not the team. It's the player that was on the team. So a few years down the line, like, yo, that's an SGA jersey. That's kind of fire, bro. Like when you walk along the street, you see a Jason Kidd jersey, Dominique Wilkins jersey from Atlanta Hawks. That's cool.
I mean, they throwbacks, but I'm talking about SGA having his own jersey. Like he got his own line. Like don't Lonzo Ball have a clothing line and all that?
See, that's different. If it's from his clothing line,
That's
like
what I said.
If you saying you got a T-shirt, I'll get a T-shirt from.
Not a
his clothing
T-shirt.
line.
It's a jersey. It's a jersey that says Canada Pride, Shea Gilchrist on the back.
Nah, I can't support that, bro. I
Wow.
can't get that.
Wow. That's crazy. See, this is what I'm saying. This is a conversation, man. I'm trying to keep it basketball, but man, y'all be in love with these organizations, and I just don't get it. I like the player. I'm not. If the organization ain't doing nothing for me, the community, nah, I'm cool. But that's another story for another day. That's maybe something I should talk about on Patreon. All right. Who's the second person you think?
Player of the year.
Yeah. Not player of the year. I'm just saying, like, players who had a great year.
Jokic in there.
Jokic is in there. I'm going to say Jokic, too. He redefined the center position, bro. You talking about a center triple-double. He passing, shooting, doing everything. Pushing the ball. He redefined it. And he making everyone around him better while he doing it. And you know what I found out? He's also an Iron Man, too. You know what that means? He's an Iron Man, bro. In the last 3 years, he only missed 13 games. He's a dependable superstar. Don't miss too many games. He only missed 13 games so far. I mean, the last year. So shout out to Joker, man. I like him. Well, are you now? Would you get the Jokic's?
Nah, I wouldn't get no Jokic.
Damn, what Jokic got to do for you to buy his shoes?
I'm a fan of his play style, but I'm not a fan of his shoes. Like, what would his shoes look like?
So would you get SGA shoes?
Yeah, I'll get the Converse SGAs.
So what if SGA he came out with a blouse line? What if he came out with that?
I don't rock blouses, so I couldn't support that. Now, if he came out with a headband line,
Oh, a headband line. You would wear a headband. You start wearing headbands?
Yeah, I start wearing headbands, just like SGA.
So you don't hoop though. So at what point would you wear a headband?
on my weekly runs, lifting weights.
So you'd be in there lifting weights with a headband.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bro. Okay. I'll see what type of time you want, freaky man. Tyrese Halliburton is my next guy on the list, man. I think Tyrese Halliburton had a great year. Small market team, averaged about 17 points during the season. But the thing about it is, you wouldn't have known that if he wouldn't have took his team to the finals. Led his team to the finals. They had a 50-game season, which was a great milestone for the Pacers. They came in as the 4th seed, and they took two teams to Game 7. And it's still in the air. If Tyrese Halliburton doesn't get injured, who's to say the Knicks win? Not the Knicks, excuse me. I'm about to say the SGA. OKC wins. So I like what Tyrese Halliburton did. I wish him a speed and recovery, obviously, and looking for him to get back on the court. And then my last one is Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson had a great year. I think we all got a chance to see what it looks like when you focus on your fundamentals. Jalen Brunson did a great job in his fundamentals, and he gave the Knicks life. You seen the Knicks fans out there going crazy. They throwing stuff. They hitting dudes in the head in trash cans like it's WWE. They doing all types of shit.
Is he the best Knick of all time?
No, the best. Ooh, I'd say that quick. The best Knick of all time. I gotta do some Knicks research. That's a tough one, but I don't think he's the best Knicks of all time.
Is he a better Knick than Carmelo?
Better Knick than Carmelo. Damn. Nah, I ain't ready to commit to that.
That's crazy.
I ain't ready to commit to that.
Why not, bro?
Look, I think just because you have good teams, I'm not ready to commit to that.
Carmelo never had good teams?
He had old teams.
No. He didn't. He never had good teams. Like, that's good.
He had a decent team. He had a decent team. I'm dead ass. He had a decent team.
He had good teams, bro.
Well, all right, go give me a good team.
I don't know his teams. I don't know his teams. I'm not even finna.
You just hating. You just hating. Oh, my back's starting to hurt a bit. You just hating, bro. He didn't have no good team. He got Jason Kidd when he was older. Amara Stoudemire after a few surgeries.
What about that J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert squad he had?
J.R. That was it right there.
That was a good team?
That was a decent team. It was a decent team.
Crazy.
It was a decent team. But that goes to show you how good guys are, though, because LeBron took the same team and won the championship. But that was a decent team, though. It was a decent team. Now, Jalen didn't win nothing yet. He got to the Eastern Conference Finals. He got to the Eastern Conference. Let me see if Melo got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me see. I don't think he did, but I just want to double check. Yeah, because that's the thing about it. Because we always get... Yeah, and it's all good. It was all good. I'm around. Yep, he made it to the Western Conference Finals. He made it to the Western Conference Finals with the Nuggets in 2009. And he went to the semi-conference finals in 2013 with the Knicks. But yeah, I'm not ready to commit to that. I don't think he's the best of all time, Jalen Brunson, as far as the Knicks, but I'm not ready to commit to that, bro. I'm just not ready. I think my pride is in the way.
I could tell, bro.
Yeah, my pride is in the way, bro. I grew up with Carmelo. Nah, he ain't breaking up records yet. Carmelo was on a different type of time. But yes, Jalen Brunson is winning.
Who are some players you think you predicting to have a breakout 2026? Or have another explosion like a Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards, maybe Luka?
I think Anthony Edwards is starting to warm up. I do think he's starting to warm up. I like Con Kneppel. Cooper Flag. I think Cooper Flag, the way Cooper Flag been playing lately, and it's set up for him too. It's set up for him. When I say it's set up for him, I mean like Cooper Flag comes into a situation where it looked like the teams are stacked, but then everybody's injured. Now everybody's injured, right? So now you go, okay, cool, everybody injured. Just put the ball in your hand. And then now he playing like, yo, I'm that guy. He trying to go to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but he trying to go to work. I can respect it. So I think Cooper Flag. I saw a stat today where it says Con Kneppel, they just played the Warriors, but at one point of that game when I was watching it, Con Kneppel was at 115 threes and what's my guy name? Curry was at 117 threes. So it was kind of close. So I think Con Kneppel is going to have a good year. Who else I'm predicting? Everyone else I think going to have a good pace. I think Cade Cunningham looked good last night too. Pause. He looked good. I like the way he looked. Do we want to throw in? I ain't ready to throw in Trae Young yet. I ain't ready yet.
Speaking of Trae Young, Hawks came out with reports that the reports came out with the Hawks looking to trade Trae Young.
Oh wow! I'm so surprised.
Well, what team you think he should go to help him win?
Rockets. Yeah, Rockets. Rockets need a experienced point guard over there.
You don't think he's going to be a defensive liability?
I mean, I think Reed Shepard is a defensive liability, but at least Trae Young can actually come out and give you some. They'll play a little. They'll play a little faster too. The Rockets. But let's get into these games, man. I got a chance to watch the Sixers versus Memphis last night. Sixers pulled it off, 139 and 136. Did you get a chance to watch that game?
Yeah, I saw that game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yay! You watched some basketball. All right, you watched it. What did you think of the Sixers, man? You think of my boys VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese? How you think they did?
Yo, I like the Sixers, bro. Philly got a good team.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Got a good team.
Yeah, you know they played a good game. Tyrese Maxey had 34 points. VJ Edgecombe had 25 points. Paul George had 17 points, and Joel Embiid had also had 34 points. So they played a good game. One of the plays at the end of regulation, because it did go into overtime. One of the plays, it irritated me, bro. To see Joel Embiid shoot a three at the end of regulation, that's the problem they're going to have. They don't know who the star is. They don't know what role they playing. But luckily they pulled off. And then he shot a wild shot, too. At one point, he did a up and under from the free throw line. The defender didn't bite on an up and under. He still shot the ball with his left hand. I was like, "What you doing?" It was just sloppy, man. Then John Morant. Did you watching John Morant? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You saw how frustrated he was. You didn't peep that?
I didn't peep how frustrated.
It looked like John Morant was frustrated. Like he looked like he was just frustrated. Like it looks like he was he wanted an ISO, but it kept coming over, which was slowing his attack up because they keep clogging the lanes. And then at the end of the game, the guy Coward took the shot, and John Morant just walked off. He ain't say bye. I mean, he said bye to VJ Edgecombe, but he ain't talk to his teammates, nothing. And even when he went to the basket, one of the plays, he finished it, and you could see him, like, you read his lips, he kept saying, like, get out the way, like, get out. He was telling him, get out of the way. So John Morant, I don't know, he looked, they just didn't look like a unit. They just sloppy. Like, they just was just super sloppy. John Morant had 40 points last night. He had 40 points. So, John Morant had something to prove last night. And then Cedric Coward had 28 points. And everybody else 15 and under. 15 and under. So I'm just happy to see John Morant out there. I didn't think I'll see him out there again, but he's out there. He's out there trying to do his best. Philly improved to 17 and 14, and Memphis Grizzlies record goes to 15 and 18. Then we have the Lakers. I'm about to say my Lakers. I'm about to piss you off. Then we had the Lakers and Pistons. I did watch that. Did you watch that?
What do you think of that game, bro?
I think we played a hard fought game, and we'll see the Pistons again next time. Next time when we have when Vandal comes back, not Vandal, what's his name? Rui comes back, Reeves come back. If he's against the Pistons, we'll take care of him.
All right. So the Lakers lost to the Pistons last night. The Lakers lost to the Pistons, and you know, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. It's gonna come to a shot for a lot of people. But it's, Lakers lost to the Pistons 128 to 106, right? I just didn't like the way they played, bro. They just played terrible. They just didn't play like a good team, bro. Like they just like Luka, everybody like, oh, Luka had 11 assists. He also had 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers. I keep telling you, they're not a championship team.
Bro, relax.
I'm a big LeBron fan, but y'all like, it's like too much whining. Like they just not getting the job done, bro. Too many turnovers. I mean, and some of these turnovers coming back to back. Like at one point, LeBron shot an air ball, and then Marcus Smart came down 2 plays later and shot an air ball. Like it was just like everything was just so contagious. There was nobody to pull him out of the dirt. And I think the biggest issue with LeBron is that you got a guy who is used to having, like people are saying this to me, right? We got somebody making $50 million and he's not playing like a max player. He also not on the ball like a $50 million player. He's in a corner. I mean, I don't know. They just all play the same too. They all play the same. Like slow, like even Luka, like playing the same speed as LeBron. Never, like always turning the ball over. It just, I don't know, man. And you can just tell like the chemistry not that you can tell, but it looks like the chemistry is off too. Like LeBron always goes to the bench, sit up straight, and don't say nothing to nobody.
He's been doing that, hasn't he?
No, you remember he used to be doing flips he used to do flip the bottle, all that stuff.
They were winning though. That's a different era though.
He I don't know, but like look how separated his seat is from the bench. Maybe I'm reaching. But they play like the Pistons play like a number 1 team, and the Lakers play like what? They number 5 now? They play like a number 5 team. They play where they was supposed to be at. Oh, shoot.
Does LeBron look? Do you think LeBron look? Did you think last night LeBron looked old out there? Like he looked 41?
Yeah. I do see that. Like I remember Isaiah Stewart was guarding him. And LeBron was like trying to come. Damn, what you doing? He couldn't blow by him. Like the guys that LeBron used to blow by, he can't do no more. And that's what's really hurting his game a lot of these, or at least hurting him in a lot of these games. He just don't got the LeBron speed, man. They turn, like I said, man. But I always say this though. I always say this about every team. Like people always like, oh, what do you think about Reeves? Da 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 da. Give it 30 games. 30 games. That's when people's legs start tightening up. That's when the injuries really. This when they real injuries. In the beginning, it's like, all right, let's just reserve them for the next game. We don't want to start them off too fast. But now this is where real injuries come in.
You think LeBron could be an All-Star this year?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. But I don't think he need to be an All-Star. No, he don't need to be an All-Star. That'd be all right. I'll be all right with that.
Watching LeBron from his beginning of his career, or remember LeBron from the beginning of his career to now, how does that? Because he's always been dominant. I feel like this is the first time we've really been seeing LeBron and not so dominant. Even last year, he was pretty dominant last year. This is the first time we've seen LeBron not in the same light. How does that feel?
I don't know, bro. It makes me feel like, like not to say proud, but it's just like, yo, he really had a good career, bro. Like honestly, I don't even pay him no mind on the court no more, bro. Like, unless he doing something good, I don't pay him no mind no more, bro. And the reason why I don't is because I watched him. I remember, I'd never forget being in college 2009, and we was at our old apartments, and I remember he hit the shot against Orlando. Like, it was just always like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just remember those little moments, man. Those moments where I seen him in high school. So I'm actually happy for him. Like, I just, I always go in a back and forth with guys because I hate that people were like forgetting about who he was. That's the only knock I have against LeBron is he played too long. That's the only one. Only one. The Pistons, like I said, the Pistons won last night. Your boy K had 27. There's one guy named Marcus Sasser. Sasser. He played hard, bro. I like the way he play. And the Pistons look like they let me stay on Marcus Sasser. My fault. Marcus Sasser had 19 points off the bench. I didn't know he was that nice. He had a great game last night. He averaged 5 points a game. Played great defense. Played hard. He was like a little spark plug out there, man. So he did a good job. Let's move on to the next game. Boston versus Utah. Boston versus Utah, bro. Got a chance to watch a little bit of that game. Boston won 129. Utah 119. Utah played a good game in the first half. They shut them down from three. They held them 30%. They held them 30% in the first half, and then it just went crazy. The Boston Celtics went crazy for the second half. Anthony Hardaway shot 4 for 10 from the three. That was the X factor for them because nobody else, if I'm looking at these stats here, no one else could actually score over or make over more than 2 threes, I believe. Let me make sure. Yes, Derek White made 2, but no one else made more than that. And Luke Gaza made 2. So Luke Gaza is not a guy who always shoot that 3. But everyone else, they like Boston Celtics, their goal is to run and shoot. That's their goal. They want to run and shoot. They had guys here who look, they wasn't making that. They wasn't making the 3. They wasn't making the 3. They shot 30% from 3, but they held it down by making 51% from the field. And then you had Keontae George with 37 points for the Utah Jazz. So they didn't play bad, man. They didn't play bad. The last game is Sacramento versus the Clippers. It was a light week or a light day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't watch that game. But at one point when I turned it on, I remember being like 74 to like 119. Kings lost 90 to 131. Kings record goes to 8-25. And the Clippers is they got ways to go, but they 11-21 right now. But like I said, I'm not gonna read too many of these stats. I didn't watch this particular game. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like some of these games come on at the same time, but that's okay. And this wasn't a game I really wanted to watch anyway, so I didn't really tap in. But that's it, man. That's all. That's what we got today, man. That's what we got today. We got more games tonight. Happy New Year's, New Year's night. New Year's night, or New Year's Eve, I should say. The Orlando's playing right now against Indiana. The score is tied 106-106 in the fourth. Cleveland Cavaliers, Phoenix Suns 92-102. Cleveland Cavaliers. Fourth quarter, Golden State beat Charlotte 132-125. Minnesota beat Atlanta 102-126. Huh? What did I say? Oh, my bad. Because they got on top. Atlanta beat Minnesota 126-102. Excuse me. And we got a couple more games tonight. We got New Orleans versus Chicago, New York versus San Antonio. Everybody played tonight. Knicks versus the Spurs, Denver versus Toronto, Washington versus Milwaukee, and Portland versus OKC. Man, it's been a good year, man. Proud of you, bro. Proud of you. Glad you found your wings with the camera to edit in and got faster. You know what I mean? Now, man, listen, bro, it's time to take it to the moon, bro. It's time to really lock in, get brand deals, sponsorships. No more playing in the comments. No more inconsistency. We start at 115, 415 for the East Coast, and we just locked in, man. We locked in.
Question I got for you. Nikola Jokic got injured a couple games ago. First question I got is he's going to miss around 16 to 19 games. Denver Nuggets are missing about 4 of their starting 5 in the lineup. So they're just
that ain't looking good then.
They're just going to have Jamal Murray. How many games you think can you predict them win?
Then they say he going to miss 19 games?
He's going to miss about 4 weeks. He's going to be out for about 4 weeks.
So a month? Oof.
If I could read some of their lineup, they got Toronto today. Then they got Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go play Brooklyn, Philly, Boston, Hawks, Bucks, Pelicans. So their schedule kind of lines up.
Every team but Brooklyn Nets seem like every one of those seem like it's going to be tough for them outside of the Brooklyn Nets.
Do you think they can stay afloat in the standings without Jokic in the lineup? They're third right now, 22-10.
Nah, I mean, I think they. I don't. Oof. I know Jamal Murray do his thing. My boy Peyton Watson, he been looking for that game, but I feel like they got too many. I mean, is Gordon still out?
Yeah, Gordon's gonna be out.
Yeah, I think they got too many young pieces. I mean, they do got Cameron though. They might not be.
He's out as well.
Oh yeah. They could be cooked.
Yeah,
they could be cooked. Right now they 20-10. 20-10. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Another question that's popped up is the 65 game rule. With Jokic missing about 16 to 19 games, he's going to be outside of 65 game marker, and he's not going to get like first team NBAs, the MVP voting. Do you think the NBA should? You think that's valid? That NBA should keep that 65 game rule, or you think the NBA should remove the 65 game rule?
I think they should keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah, and I also think they should add some more money to it. That way, people will have incentive to play. But again, though, I'm just a fan though. At that point, I'm just being a fan at that point because that means I just want to see my guy, see the guys you tune in for, but can't force him. Anything else?
No, that's all I had.
All right, man. There you have it. Last show of the year, man. Proud of everyone locking in. My goal is I'm gonna put my goals out there. My goal is to have 1,000 viewers each live by the end of January. My man E said, nah, bro, it's too many. He think it's impossible. But I think anything that you pray for, that you work for, you can get. So I believe it's doable. So, as you already know, man, we got Brainwash Think Elite last segment of the day. And I want to tell you guys this. Whatever went on this year, leave it there. Things you can't change, leave it there. Start working on the best version of yourself, working out, doing the things you need to do. Because ultimately that's important. That's extremely important. So do what you need to do, lock in, be patient, and value the people that's around you and who love you. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Happy New Year's.